All right, welcome to today's briefing. We're diving into a command that's absolutely critical for high-performance data work, array.prototype.copyWithin. Now, this is a tool with some serious power and precision, but let me be clear, it demands your full attention and respect. Let's engage. To really get what's at stake here, just think about this note from the director. copyWithin isn't like a normal, clean transfer from point A to point B. Oh no, it's more like a transporter accident. You beam the captain to sickbay, sure, but you also completely overwrite and, well, erase whoever was standing in that exact spot. The original data, it's just gone, instantly. And that gets right to the heart of what you have to understand, mutability. This command doesn't make a nice, safe little copy for you to play with. It operates directly on the primary data buffer. Any change you make is a permanent, in-place modification. And remember, there is no undo command in deep space. Now, you could compare this to a much safer command, something like concat. Concat is polite. It takes your original data, makes a brand new copy with your changes, and leaves the original completely alone. But copyWithin, it barges right into your original array and overwrites whatever you tell it to. The original is changed, and it's changed for good.
Okay, so if this thing is so powerful, how do you actually control it? Let's break down the command structure. You really need to think of this like setting coordinates for an internal transport. Precision is absolutely everything. The official definition itself gives you a huge clue. It copies elements to another location within the same array. It's not changing the size of the array, the hull integrity stays the same, so to speak, but it is rewriting what's inside. The command has three parts. First is the target. That's where you want to paste the data. It's required. Then you have start, which is where you begin copying from, and finally end, which is where you stop. Now, if you leave start and end blank, it's just going to copy the entire array, so you have to be exact with your coordinates here. Okay, enough with the theory. Let's fire up the holodeck and run some practical simulations. This is where you'll see the real-world impact of this command, but, in a nice, controlled, safe environment. First simulation. The ship's taken damage. Our rear shields are failing. The harmonic frequencies are critical. The mission is to copy the stable frequencies from our healthy front shields and use them to overwrite the failing ones at the back. So, on screen you can see our shield harmonics array. The first two values, 100%, looking good. The last two, though, yikes, we're in trouble. So we run the command copyWithin 202. What does that actually mean? It means I want to paste something at index 2, go grab the data starting at index 0, and stop copying right before you hit index 2. Let's see how that plays out. And success! Look at that, an array of all 100s. We've copied the healthy data and completely paved over the damaged values. Shields are stable, mission accomplished. All right, next simulation. Let's imagine a medical tricorder that has a rolling log of 5 biosigns. For a quick sensor calibration, we need to duplicate the first two readings and drop them right into the middle of the buffer. Here's our starting buffer. We're going to run the same command as before, copyWithin 202. So we're targeting that third slot, index 2, and we're copying the first two elements, alpha and beta, to that position. So what do you think is going to happen to gamma and delta? Yep, exactly as you probably guessed. The buffer now reads alpha, beta, epsilon. But notice what's missing. Gamma and delta have been completely overwritten. They are gone. Now, this simulation was a success, but it's a perfect example of the destructive side of this command. And that brings us to a red alert situation. We've been playing it safe in the holodeck this whole time. Now it's time to understand the real consequences of getting this wrong on a live system. So let's just imagine a catastrophic scenario for a second. You're on the bridge, the ship's navigation course is plotted, you decide you want to use copyWithin to make just a tiny little adjustment, but you miscalculate your parameters. What happens next? Look at this. The original course was simple, Earth, Vulcan, and Doria. But a single, simple command, copyWithin 101, tries to copy Earth into that second slot. And the result? The nav computer now believes the course is Earth, and Doria. So what happened to the coordinates for Vulcan? They weren't moved, they weren't archived, they have been completely purged from the system, overwritten, and there is no getting them back. That is the danger you have to respect. So you're probably asking yourself, why on earth would Starfleet authorize a tool that's this dangerous? And the answer is simple: performance. Unparalleled performance. When you're dealing with absolutely massive data sets, speed is mission critical. I mean, think about the old way of doing things. You'd use a for loop, moving items one by one by one. It's slow, it's inefficient. copyWithin is a whole different beast. It's optimized right at the engine level to do a direct memory block copy. When you're trying to realign millions of transporter patterns, this method is literally orders of magnitude faster. It is the Starfleet way. Okay, this concludes our tactical overview. Command authority for array prototype.copyWithin is now being granted to all of you. So let's just recap the most important takeaways.
You need to remember these 4 points. 1, it is mutable. It changes your source data directly. 2, it is incredibly efficient, way faster than loops for this kind of work. 3, it's precise. It only changes the content, not the length of the array. And most importantly, number 4, you have to handle it with caution because any data you overwrite is lost forever. This command is now yours. Use it with precision to optimize your operations, but always, always be mindful of the risks. The responsibility for using it correctly, now that rests with you. Briefing dismissed.